Ed had a couple of,
Yes, Barbara,
uh,
it came up, we have two people in utilities that are considered clerks, okay? So we were just talking about yesterday and this morning, we looked at the study that came out. It doesn't list clerks anymore.
Yeah, because it's, see the page you
Yeah,
have open?
right, it says development, okay, all clerk.
No,
But
that's
it-
not the final version.
well, this is the one that was at
It's
the
you need to look at
website.
one on
That's
the
the final
website.
version.
This was the website. I just went to it this morning and got it. It was,
From the website?
yeah, it was in the R15.
No, the website, the HR website. We
Okay.
changed that to say all,
So it's all.
yeah,
Okay, that was just
yeah.
so it's under A.
because it says development clerk, but
Yeah.
it didn't say utilities.
Yeah, you just have the.
Got it.
wrong version.
Okay.
There were a couple of things that we corrected at the board meeting.
I see. That was probably one of them.
We were missing three job titles that were not in.
I got you.
Yeah,
All right.
that was in there. I think that was the only things that really pertain to
What does it say? Because I don't see clerk, I don't see any. So-
page, I think it's 4 or 5.
Well, that might be an older one. When did you
No,
print
No,
that?
Okay,
that's,
back up.
that's the actual code study right there.
No, you're thinking that the other.
It's recommended at the top.
Yeah, page 4 and 5.
Okay.
So kind of toward the bottom, he's looking where it says development all, we changed that to all.
Branch department, all, name all. Yeah, all. So. I just don't understand what that means. So administrative service manager is what it's talking about. It says
No, we're talking about clerks,
I don't
which is
know,
kind of toward the bottom.
project clerk, clerk,
Yeah, senior
development,
clerk.
okay, all clerk.
Yeah,
Maybe
all the
class
clerks
two,
became
records clerk one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Whether they're in development or whether they're in.
right, and same thing
yeah.
with the two.
Yeah, I've
ones
got
in the
that here,
back,
John.
where it
You
says
got the same thing?
Yes, I
Okay.
got the same thing.
Yeah, where it says senior clerk and project clerk, those are all alls as well.
Oh,
We have
okay.
500 job titles, for
Right.
2,000 people, it's
Gotcha.
ridiculous, so I tried to
Them,
pare
yeah.
it down to about 400 and change.
Yeah, that's fine.
But look,
They were just wondering because it didn't specifically mention, utility clerks, so,
yeah, it's all, the
All
final
of them.
version, which is on the
Yep.
website.
okay.
Good.
The
Yep.
only, as I said, there were 3 titles that were missing, and that they were added, and that was it. The other ones were outside the volume. That's the one I substitute changes.
Well, what I would like to share with you is a counter proposal for the seniority line. If it's a very minor change, I don't think it's gonna have too much of an impact. It's just that it's wording that's a little bit more in our direction. So what this would, I guess, take the place of is your new sentence at the end where it says all factors being equal. And rather than having that, because just before you broke in, you made a comment that, we have a counter and then decide where we want to put it. So I thought that maybe the easiest way to go about doing this would be to address it in Article 19, Section 3, Item 2. That's it, no. That's what- no, it's not. And it's just a very minor change, but all it did was take out the part that we didn't necessarily recognize it being in there, about the bidding part. So it says, current language says, I'll read the current language, job assignments which have a locational component and job assignment has traditionally been bid, comma, seniority is a factor that must be taken into consideration, but is not the deciding factor. Our proposal is job assignments which have a locational component, seniority is a factor that must be taken into consideration. So it just takes out the bidding requirement. You still have the language underneath there that allows you to say that you have an overruling reason that you're not going to use seniority as a deciding factor. It just gives us just a little bit of a more ability to consider seniority. And if you give us this, then we could probably get the thing wrapped up, because it's not close to being what we want, but it's just a smidgen better. We hope that you can work with us on that, and if that's the case, we can agree to, I guess, withdraw the bargaining unit, or agree to the duration and agree to the wages.
So you don't have any proposal on assignment close to residency? That's not of any interest to you?
Well, this would,
That's, I think that's the issue, not seniority.
well, the thing is that the senior person who lives close by, I mean, you know, no offense, but I kind of believe I know what the issue is a little bit more, only because I'm the one who's been talking to the guys complaining. Where if Frank is senior to me, I live down the street from the place, it's our position, Frank has a choice. He has a choice, and it's like, well, Frank, you live on the other side. I don't care, pal, I wanna work here. And then we're willing to live with that, you know, rather than the flip of that. I've been here for a year, Frank's been here for 20 years, but I live down the street, but maybe he wants to move back over closer, or maybe he lives 2 miles further than I do. So we just wanted to just kind of spin back into what we believe. And again, if you got some sort of reason that's it's gonna interfere with your,
All right, well, this is, your proposal isn't new, it's your same proposal from the beginning, so.
it's not at all.
It may have tweaked a word here or there, but it still goes back to the issue of expanding from what we had agreed to last time, which it only applied in jobs that had traditionally been bid, to expanding it to all jobs.
I'm
And
here
that's
to tell you that
unacceptable
when
to
we
us.
initially agreed to this, and shame on me, I guess I'll take the blame for it, that my understanding was at that time that most of the county jobs were bid in the same manner that but I mean, just consider this, it's not the deciding factor, okay? It's gonna take into consideration, but it's not the deciding factor, and all we ask is that you have a reason why that can't be. I think it's a small thing we're asking for. And again, I don't think we're being unreasonable.
All right, what's your position on the other articles?
Well, I just said, if you're willing to agree to this, then we can just wrap it up.
All right, well, we're not willing to agree to it, so what's your position on the other articles?
I don't know, we'll have to caucus again. I didn't think this was gonna be that big of a deal. Explain to me how it is that big of a deal.
It expands the significance of the factor of seniority to job positions where it's not currently a factor.
Okay. And that's just something we just can't live with.
That's right.
All right, I guess we'll caucus and,
Oops, sorry.